Hello everyone, welcome to my last check-in now. I leave New Zealand tomorrow. Yeah, getting a bit emotional at this point. Sorted my ride from the airport because that was all getting a bit too hard. So I'm just going to get picked up on the Wednesday. Anyway, I'm checking in because I've got some amazing results for this month. And I just thought I'd check in. So I'm going to turn this over. So May is a 3 paydays and a 3 mortgage out because there's, because I pay the mortgage fortnightly, it means I get 26 payments in, which means that also reduces my time I'll have a mortgage for. And also I get paid fortnightly, which means I also get some extra money in, although over the year it works out about the same. So anyway, I've had 3 paychecks come in, which have more or less been the same. But my side hustles this month have been amazing. I have cashed in my coins. I had some US dollars that I've been keeping for a long time, which I also cashed in. I've got $20 to take with me because it's got a rip in it. So I'll try and spend that somewhere. So my wages and side hustles came to $9,438.38 this month, which is amazing. However, out of that, I did need to pay my mortgage 3 times. I've also added into my normal stuff. The garden bags have stopped. I haven't had therapy this month, but I did have some parking. I bought some money on a parking app and couldn't find my phone to use it. So I had to pay for parking, but apparently my credit will last a lifetime. So that's cool. Zoom came out because they would not, they wouldn't take the fact that I hadn't used the site for 2 years. So I highly recommend that you go into your Zoom account and tick the box that says you don't want it to renew, because if you lose your credit card or if you lose access to your account, they will keep taking that money, even if you cancel your card and get a new one. Anyway, as a result of all the problems I've had with overpayments and third party taking money which they've falsely advertised as New Zealand dollars when in fact they were American dollars, and apparently lots of people have been done. And my American Express has insurance on it which will investigate and protect me. Didn't happen. So I've actually cancelled my American Express card after 15 years, which is really sad because it was really useful because it would insure me for things and I got a free flight every year and stuff like that. But I'm sure I can find another credit card which will offer similar things. So Zoom has come back out, which wasn't in the budget. My removals, I've actually seen that I've done that incorrectly because it was 500 more than that, which means this number will be wrong, but I'll carry that 500. So my removals man quoted me 1,400, which I thought was really expensive, but I thought he specialises in taking furniture and putting it in this very small space. But what he didn't tell me was that price did not include GST. So when I paid for it, I didn't even look about it because I've been so stressed. When I looked in my bank account, it was 1,667. So clearly my mind couldn't even comprehend that number. So I'll have to carry over that 500. I'm going to write that down. Put 500 into my debt for next month. Anyway, it is what it is. I've added my pounds to this because I've paid for those and thought that because I've got some side hustle, I'd take this out of the side hustle money. I had a bank fee for that and then my mortgage here coming out the 3rd time. So all of my bills this month, some of which have been a little less. My power bill was $140, which is winter now, so I've been using it a bit more for heating, so that's pretty good. Petrol, I've actually filled the car 3 times, but my fill up yesterday was in June, so that will go on to June's budget, which at this time isn't looking too great but I do get a pay check in June, which will be for 1 week. So I'm hoping these few bills that come out will get covered by that. And also I've got a tenant now in my house. So my first week's rent from them was taken in Healthy Homes inspection and the letting fee. So I'm hoping next week maybe I might get some money from renting my house out. So anyway, that's June. What else is there here? So petrol was slightly under, but parking was over because there's no budget. Yep. So my total expenses here was $7,059.23. So there was quite a few unbudgeted things. But I figured that because this was a bit higher, I might be able to get away with it. My normal cash stuffing over here was the same at $8.50, so that all went out. I have had to take some extra money from the different things I took out of my envelopes last week to keep paying for things like food and expenses because I've not been cooking. And then here, my insurances are the same, but my rates have dropped because I've got 12 months to save up for those. I didn't do the cat, or health. I did my emergency, my arts and crafts. I just put 90 for the 3 classes. My teacher was sick for one of the classes, so it meant that I've got a bit left over there. I did nothing for house and nothing for contacts and dentists because at the moment that's got enough for another lot of contacts, and they might be cheaper in the UK. My vacation money I've still continued to put in because I will use that when I'm over in England if I've not worked. So that came to 900. And then the debt left over from last month was 299. So that debt, that 500 missing from this will go into debt for next month. So calculating that all down, I was left with $428.16, which is incredible. So now I realise that I actually was left with a minus 100 and something, but all the same, I've paid for moving, I've paid for pounds, I've had some extra fees and unpaid 3 lots of mortgage, but had 3 lots of wages to cover that. So this is phenomenal to have that much left, even though once I do that 500 next month, it will be less. But anyway, so that's my May added up. So it's been a really spendy month this month with the house moving, me and Cohen. I've put some savings into the mortgage to reduce that. So I transferred that 3,000 odd that I'd had in my envelopes into the mortgage because that cuts the interest. I need to relax about, this is what I wrote the other day, I need to relax about money. I'm stressing out about it. I have enough for 6 months without working. I know that's not what I want, but things will fall into place as they usually do. Trust the process. I was really messing around in my head. I've had terrible ruminations this last 6 weeks. And once I fix something like this, I let that go. And I was able to stop those thoughts with trust the process, trust the process, trust the process, becoming my new mantra. And that was replaced by my stuff's not going to fit in the storage locker. My stuff's not going to fit. I'm going to have to give more away. And I did give a lot away and I did downsize quite a bit. But, you know, that started. And then I was ruminating about getting to London, seeing my friends, not being able to be picked up. I wouldn't be able to have my luggage. I couldn't find a bus, And the final straw this morning was I had an email from the taxi company to say that all my luggage had to fit in the trunk of the car, the boot of the car, or I'd have to upgrade to a bigger car. And I'm like, that's it. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to ring my family and get them to pick me up from my terminal, which is Terminal 5 in Heathrow, which is really quite straightforward. It's got good parking. And I'm just going to be picked up because this is getting silly. So I was able to actually cancel the taxi because it was refundable, but everything else I've lost. But I've just put it down to experience. It's also in the debt I'm going to talk about in a minute. So I think trusting the process is really important. When things go straightforward and easily for me, I tend to have things that just flow and it's easy and it's meant to be. When things are really difficult, it just wasn't meant for me to be going to London just to sleep in a hotel to then have to travel the next day. So this way I will get home to my sister's very, very late, but I will go from the airport to her house and sleep. So that would be okay. Some things sold, side hustles going okay. So that was in the middle of the month and some things did sell, but most things didn't. So I took them off and I've put them into storage and maybe we'll sell them. My last paid packet will be June 11th. So that's really good because I'll get a week's wages, which will be good. I've paid down a bit of debt, which I have. I've paid the removals and the pounds out of my wages and side hustles. Brilliant. So my revolving credit mortgage to be paid off while I'm overseas stands at $30,282.02. So in Great British pounds, that's 13,500. So I'm thinking if I can at least get 6 months work part-time, hopefully I will pay that down and then maybe get 6 months of work so I can live while I'm overseas. But it actually does look really much nicer when you say £13,500. But that's actually still quite a large amount of money. And hopefully I'll find a job. But that's the notes and the recaps. I don't really do this much. I know that Ira does all his sort of different bits and bobs, but I haven't found this very helpful in terms of when I'm doing my food shopping, I might go 3 times in a week. And yeah, so I think it needs another sheet where you can keep a track and then at the end of each week list everything. But yeah, so here's my spending for May. As you can see, it's a bit over the top compared to last month, but I haven't filled the 2 pages, which is okay. And there's quite a few pluses, which is always really good. So there's quite a few pluses in there, a lot of minuses, but yeah. And there's not much cafe and stuff because I've been using CAF, which does help because it means that you don't spend as much. I've still got to review my month. And so I did do my my goals review. So I did sell a few things. I still have things to go into storage, which, yeah, is how it is. I didn't manage to keep overspending low, but wasn't as bad. So I did mainly keep in budget. I've now, as of a few hours ago, I now reached 51 subscribers. So I was at 46 when I wrote this, and it is slowly building. And I'm doing some shorts, and food shorts go off. I have 2 food shorts, and I think both of them got to over 1,000 views very quickly. So I'm thinking food is the in thing, clearly. And I'm recording some things to go up while I travel. And then I'm hoping that when I get to England, I'll have lots of clips to make a vlog of my travels. It's a 24-hour flight. That's 2 flights, and I think it's a 4-hour layover. Anyway, here is so far June. So this is my my phone bills are going to come out on the 3rd. My petrol's been done today, and I've got 2 mortgage payments, and my wages are the 11th. And so far, I've done my bits and pieces. So my rent coming in is $2,079.20, which will be paid to me weekly. So some months it may be more. My mortgage at the moment is coming out twice a month. I'll still have my phone to pay, and I'll have storage to pay, and I've got the iCloud to pay. And I'm actually going to continue with YouTube, which will be $17.99. I'm not going to do any challenges because until I get a job, I won't be doing any, but I do need to make sure that my insurances have gone up because my house is now tenanted and my rates have come down. So these will not be put in until I'm earning, but will come out of what left in my revolving credit until I get work. So that's my budget so far for next month. Hopefully I can start making some craft stuffs, maybe doing some buying and selling at the op shops and markets. And then hopefully I'm going to take a month off. And once I have got a job, then obviously I'll add some bits to it. So that's me checking in. So just bang the cover. So I just wanted to go over the debt because I've now got a debt balance. Here we go. So I've been paying in a little bit of debt money. And so the last bit was Mini Mania, and so this is my workings out. So I actually added in that 428 from what was left over. and I've added in the 179 from here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put plus. So what do I need to do? I need to change that because this is now going to be, when you plus it goes to minus. So I need to minus, I need to put minus 500 in there to make that 878284. So that's the debt that I need to pay down in terms of all the expenses that I've been paying out for my trip to England and to Japan. So once that's paid, then I will work on bringing my revolving credit down. So I'm quite pleased that I've got this number here. It feels achievable somewhat over the next 12 months. So my goal is to pay this off over the next 12 months, if not sooner. And everybody would have seen my English pounds going in. Let's have a look at them. Look at this, English pounds have gone in. So this is the binder that's coming with me. My book is coming with me. And my little bag with some of my pens, and I've left lots of things behind, so I'll make some more new pop notes and things like that, and I will be getting some English saving challenges and maybe some more of these. So that's my check-in for May. Thank you for coming along. Please keep sharing, please subscribe and give me the thumbs up. I want you all to have a safe and enjoyable week, and I look forward to seeing you all in the UK. And goodbye to my friends in New Zealand. I will see you soon. See you. Thanks for coming along. Bye for now.